Right off, explain to me, how could it possibly be fair that illegals with 3 misdemeanor charges can get RPI status and an American citizen would find himself in jail and facing mega fines?
Right. I mean, first off the bat, if you are a legal immigrant here in the United States, legal, so you followed the current law, you waited in line, you're on a path to citizenship, possibly if you choose, you don't get waivers. And if you commit these kind of crimes that are waived under the new law passed by the Senate, now goes to the House, so the proposed law, then you could actually be bounced from the country and prohibited from re-entering or trying to go through the process again for up to 10 years for some of these things like evading taxes, lying on paperwork, lying on forms, things that are serious misdemeanors. But here is what is even more outrageous, Andrew, this rule of 3. They say, well, if you've committed 3 misdemeanors or more, there's no way. You can't be what is this new RPI status, registered provisional immigrant. That has not existed before. This is a new status, except for if you get charged with 8 misdemeanors in one crime, guess what? That only counts as 1.
Wait. If you commit the same crime 8 times, they only count it as 1?
If you get charged with 8 misdemeanors with 1 act, so let's say you did something wrong, you did something illegal, usually if you're involving the law, you didn't just break 1 law, and you can be charged and convicted of multiple offenses. If you get charged and convicted of multiple offenses at 1 court hearing, let's say, 1 case, that only counts as 1 misdemeanor. So you've got to commit 3 separate misdemeanors on 3 separate dates to qualify for that rule. I mean, that's how far they go to bring more people in.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry. It sounded like...
I know. It's
right? Okay. I'm just making sure I heard you. And the best part is the secretary has a discretion to waive these charges if it reunifies a family. So you might have somebody out there that's a pretty bad dude that if we were upholding all that we were told about this bill, this person would be deported for a criminal record. But now... the Secretary, Department of Homeland Security, can wait. Do we expect that she's actually going to sit down and go line by line through people's criminal records, or is she just going to rubber stamp this?
In fact, it's easier for immigration officials to allow someone to stay than it is to deny them. I mean, it's kind of like the decision many police officers know they have to make, that when you actually take the step to charge someone with doing something wrong or deport someone, it takes longer. So you have these waivers available. And it's very discretionary. Not only is it in the humanitarian interest or keeping families together, but the other exception that allows the waiver, which is up only to the discretion of the Secretary of Homeland Security. So it'll change based on who the president is and who they nominate and who the Senate confirms. It could be year to year or at least administration to administration on how that policy is used. But not just, there's also a public policy. That the idea that it would be right to give them a waiver because of the public policy issues there, humanitarian issues. This would then, even the fact that we've expanded what it means to get 3 misdemeanors, that you've got to get them on 3 different days, and they can't be related at all, by the way, to anything involving immigration or driving. Some of these waivers that are allowed for the secretary carry not just if you're an American citizen or legal alien here, a legal immigrant in the United States, if you were, by the way, not to pay your taxes or evade taxes for a number of years, you can be waived by the Secretary of Homeland Security if you're one of the new RPIs, the provisional immigrants who registers. But if you are a legal immigrant or an American citizen, you could go to jail for 5, 10, 15 years, it's more like a felony. So the way that they make these distinctions, and what's covered by misdemeanor, is very state to state. I mean, sexual assault at the 2nd degree can be a misdemeanor in a place like New York. DUIs.
So wait, going on that example, you could sexually assault 3 women in one night, and it'd be considered as 1 charge.
Yeah, if everything came at you from 1 action, so if you were bringing it through 1 court case, basically, on the same day, and it was all related to this 1 action, that's why they arrested you, because you were targeted with these 3. That would be the 3 misdemeanors. That would be 2nd degree, and it varies state to state. Now, you understand this is a tiny part of this massive law that the Senate passed today. Like the health care law and the Internal Revenue Code, this becomes the problem not just immediately, but decades later when people are still trying to figure out what this means. You know, did they really commit 3 misdemeanors? The law could be easy. We may not like it, but it could be easy to say you commit 3 misdemeanors that aren't traffic offenses, that's it. But no, it's more nuanced than that, of course, because we're talking about Congress.